Hello Explorers, welcome back. So we are going to do January paycheck number 3, budgeting, and just kind of updating some stuff here and there, and I'm going to go through some of the new things. I think I finally have my binder, or my planner, how I want it to be. I got the second set of stickers in from Casey Lee. I don't know if I went over any of this or not. I don't believe I did, but I can show you guys. So we have updated a few things. First is this. Let me zoom YouTube in so they can actually see what's going on here. Okay, so this is a monthly bill tracker. It's like a full year though, so you have the first 6 months on this side, and then when we flip it over, we have the next 6 months of the year. So, sorry, I bumped the tripod. I'm able to put my monthly bills here, the amount that they were for January, and then check them off as they're paid. And then what I like about this is that I can compare. So if any of my bills, some of my bills that like fluctuate, they're variable, such as my gas, my energy, those kind of bills, I'll be able to see what they are month to month. So I really like the way this is set up. So yeah, so I got this from her. This is a sticker, and I just put it on the paper that came with the A5 binder. This is available in her shop. So if you wanted to pick that up, it comes with both stickers. I don't think it was very expensive. It was a couple of dollars, but it's good for the whole year, and then you don't need a ton of them. You guys know I have my year-long goals on this sheet. Sorry, YouTube. I'm trying to get you guys like the best view possible, but I just don't know. I have my year goals here so that I can always kind of refer back to them if I need to. I have too much stuff in here currently. We have my month planner. In my month planner, I have this teal color as regular. Oh, okay. This teal color is regular pay. So that's pay that I expect every single month or week or whatever, regardless. It's a regular paycheck that I can count on every time. So Etsy pay, I know it always comes in on the 3rd. My husband's paychecks are listed every other Wednesday. I probably should have put them on Thursday, but I put them on Wednesday because I know they come through at Wednesday at like midnight, and I'm always up, so that's not a problem. Then we have, I'm just really struggling trying to get YouTube fixed. Then we have YouTube pay, which always comes through. It says the 21st to the 26th, I believe. I always get mine like on the 21st. I haven't had a problem in all like 3 months so far. Amazon pay, which is my commission pay anytime you use my Amazon storefront, that always comes through on the 28th. And so those are the ones I have done in teal. Then in blue, we have collab pay. And so collab pay is what I call a one-off because it's not something I can count on every single month. So for example, here on the 3rd, I had Pesty was a collab that I did. I knew it was paying out on the 3rd. It did pay out on the 3rd. On the 30th, I have a huge Amazon campaign that I did in November that they have told me is paying out on the 30th. So I have that listed here. I've had various ones pay in between there. The problem with collab pay is you don't always know when they're going to come through. So they're not listed on the calendar. I have bills in orange. I want to get some of those like erasable pens. Currently, I'm just using Erin Condren planner markers, but I want to get some erasable pens. So in orange, I have bills. HOA was due, mortgage, Ford, AT&T, Progressive, Golden State, etc. In purple, I have my videos planned out, and really this is why I need the erasable pens, because I do change what videos, because sometimes a collab pay will come through and I like to sprinkle those in between my regular videos so that it's not like collab pay, because that gets boring watching somebody cashed off the same binder 4 days in a row. That's just not fun. It's not fun to do. It's not fun to watch. So I try to change it up a little bit, kind of mix it up. And so for that, I definitely need to get those erasable pens, but they are so expensive, you guys. They are so expensive. But Anyways, I have purple. Those are my YouTube videos because my plan is to do a YouTube video every single day for the month of January. And actually, I need to put in here, which one did I end up putting live? Oh, Twitch Pay. I did Twitch Pay today. So I did actually have one go live today. And then I can actually go ahead and just update this. So I did do this one, I did do this one, and that. This is not going to be a collab pay video. Obviously, you guys are watching right now, and it is a planner. So this is why I need erasable pens. And this way I can see and make sure that I'm getting, there's only a couple of days that I don't have anything planned for, so I need to come up with something, figure something out. I'm not certain yet. And then black is overtime. So this overtime my husband actually had to cancel because he didn't realize it started before he was even off of his shift on Wednesday because he works overnights. And so he wasn't off of his shift yet before that overtime was going to start. But he does have overtime planned for this Friday. OT there. So I can write that in. So black is overtime. And then red is collab due. I have it listed as collab due. It's more so just like my plan because this is what I wanted to get done. I did not get those done. But then I have down here like the due dates for things, which I actually need to change because this due date is actually up here. So that's how my planner is set up. I know you guys have seen this in the past. This has always been how I do my monthly bills. So this one is based off paycheck. This is not based off of weekly because you guys know my husband is paid bi-weekly. So this is based off bi-weekly. So we have a check that came in on the December 28th. I had to plan how much of that I was going to put towards mortgage. I do a lot of erasing, a lot of rewriting, a lot of refiguring when I decide this, since I don't put a set amount in, because sometimes he has checks that are bigger because they might have overtime. They might have holidays on them. So I like to put more towards mortgage on those checks to alleviate it from the checks that are just a regular base pay check. And so that's all this. And then I just highlight as I've completed it. So yeah. And then I am rounding up all of my bills, which is what you see here. So AT&T was $121.85. I rounded it up to $122. So 15 cents went to the credit card. And then over here, I just put how much extra I'm putting towards the credit card. So that's just kind of my little notes. You've already seen this. That's paycheck 1, paycheck 2. Now, transaction log. This is a new thing that I got from Casey Lee. She did make these for me. Okay, sorry about that. My phone ran out of storage, but I caught it right away. So she did make these for me. So we did change it to pink. Obviously, I had mentioned I wanted to have her change them to pink, so she went ahead and did that. So on here, we're going to have description, which is just going to be like the store or wherever it is that we spent money. Category is going to be what envelope it's coming from. Amount will be the total that was charged. And then change is going to be how much we're rounding it up, and total is going to be what the total is after we round it up. So the change, that is how much we are putting extra onto the credit card. So for example, we went to Smith's, came out of grocery, the total was $75.68. We rounded it up 32 cents, so $76 is what we paid on the credit card for this. So that is just extra that we put to the credit card, and we're doing that with all of our purchases. And then the little check mark is to indicate that I did make that payment to credit card, because the biggest problem I've been having is that my credit card is delayed. It's so confusing, and that makes it a little bit difficult to determine if something has been paid or not. And I like to make payments to my credit card in lumps. So it's not like I can just look at it and go, oh, okay, I made a payment for $76, so it must be this. No. What I end up doing is I make a payment for all of these combined, and then I can't remember what was included in that payment and what wasn't. So now I can keep track on here. She does sell these little check boxes. They come like this as a sheet, and you can just purchase the sheet. The sheet comes with like the individual ones. It comes with these double ones, and then it comes with a triple one. that is that. So that is where we are with transaction log for this week. I actually need to, now that I'm sitting here and doing this, we did go to Walmart today, and I have not put that on there yet. That is not it. Oh, I brought it upstairs with me. Did I? I don't think I set it down. Just making sure. I must not have. But it was $50 and some change, so we went to... just dropped 2 binders on myself. Let me zoom YouTube in so they can see. So, it would be Walmart. It's going to come out of grocery. I don't know the exact amount. It was $50 and then some change, so I'm not going to put the change yet until I can check the receipt. But I know that we're going to round that up to $51, and that has already been paid on the credit card. So once I have the receipt, I'll add in the change here, and then we'll see how much extra was added to the credit card for that payment. So that's it for transaction logs. We haven't spent any other money. Now what we're going to do is budget my January paycheck number 3. Okay. Sorry, YouTube. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to focus too heavily on my hands, so that you guys could actually see what it is that I'm writing. And I'm actually going to zoom it out a little bit more. Okay. So the source is going to be the second half of the paycheck, because this is not a paycheck that we're waiting for it to come into the bank account. I just cannot get YouTube. This is not income we're waiting to hit the bank account. This is already money that we have because it's the second half of his paycheck. So then for income amount, it's going to be $988 is what we're working with. The total is $988. We don't need to pay any expenses. We do that on the first paycheck. If you're new here, expenses would be any bills that I pay prior to cash stuffing. So it's going to be bills that I do not cash stuff for. I don't cash stuff for all of my bills. I've been asked why I don't. So to me, it doesn't make sense for me to cash stuff for all of my bills. I'm not ahead on all of my bills. The bills that I cash stuff for, I'm ahead on. And my position is that if I want to cash stuff for all of my bills, that's just a lot of tedious work, cash stuffing, trying to figure out how much NV energy is going to be, and then maybe not cash stuffing enough for it or cash stuffing too much for it. So I don't cash stuff for my variable bills, my energy, my gas, my water. I cash stuff for all of my bills that are set in stone amounts. And that way I know, plus those are my bigger bills, like my car payment, my mortgage, etc. Those bills are bigger, and I know how much they're going to be. So if I make sure those are covered, I know that my husband's checks are enough to cover the other little bills. So I just don't cash stuff for them. So it really just saves me a lot of trouble. But that is that. So the total is going to be $988. It's a lot of repetitive when it comes to the second check because we don't have this section in here. And I know it says paycheck week 3. That's because it is the 3rd week of January, but it's the second half of his paycheck because he's paid bi-weekly. So we come down here to due date. The next mortgage payment is due on 2/15. That is for mortgage. I am not taking anything out of this for mortgage because I just paid mortgage the last paycheck, and this is just the second half of it. So technically, okay, it's super confusing, I know. So he gets 2 paychecks a month, approximately. Those paychecks I then split into 4 paychecks because I do it weekly. However, that first paycheck is the only one that of the 2 that I technically cashed stuff for mortgage, because I put up however much I'm going to put up for mortgage, and then the second paycheck, rather than you guys seeing me cash stuff it, I just, whatever I would have cash stuffed, whatever would have came out of this one and last week, I just go ahead and make the payment rather than delaying making that payment. Because I have the money, so I just make it and we call it good. So you guys usually see me cash stuff for mortgage out of 2 weeks, because the last 2 weeks, when that paycheck comes through, I just make the payment. And so this is the second half of that. Basically, whatever would have been cashed up this week already went to the mortgage payment. It's already been paid. So the goal for that is $23.02 and 24 cents. We are not budgeting anything, and we have nothing towards it because it's already been paid. Let me get my bill binder here. Sorry. One day I will figure out how to smoothly do these planner videos. I'm just not very good at them. I don't do them very often. I'm trying to make it a more normal thing for me to do. So that is mortgage. Next, we're going to go over trash. And for trash, we're going to do, that is due on 2/20. This is a quarterly bill for me. And that's for trash. Our goal is $55. We budget $5 a week. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we budget $5 a week. And so our total in trash towards the $55, let's see, we have 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is actually fully funded. So now we will have 60 of the 55, because we have the 55. So this due date right here is completely funded, and we're just going to keep cash stuffing towards the next quarter, which is May 20th. So once I'm able to pay this bill, then this will no longer say 60 because the 55 will be gone. Hope that makes sense. I just can, even though it's fully funded, I continue to stuff every single week. That's how you end up getting ahead. HOA is due March. Is it March 1st? Wait, January, February, March. I think it's April 1st. Yeah, April 1st is my next HOA payment. And we have to get $165. They did up my amount, so I need to budget $14. And so towards HOA, we have 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, and 3. So 53 plus 14 is 67. So we will have $67 out of the $165 that we need. I am ahead on my HOA as well. Progressive is my next one. Progressive is due on 2/10. And that amount is $138. We currently have 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cashed up $35 a week in order to hit that amount. So 105 plus 35 is 145? Am I right? 140. Why can't I think? It's 140. So we will have 140 of the 138. So that will be completely funded this week. And we'll make that payment. Next is Ford. Ford's next payment is due on 2/15. Same thing. I already paid Ford last week when I paid my mortgage. We need $459 for Ford. $459 and 77 cents. We're not going to do anything, and we have nothing towards it. My last one has no due date. It is the HOA fine, which if you're new here, the HOA fine, I am charged $25 every single Friday because my backyard is incomplete. The goal, there is no goal amount. We do cash stuff $25 a week though. And so we currently have, I just paid this 2 weeks ago, so there's only 25 in there. So after I add this 25 in there, we will have $50. And then eventually I go in every couple of months and I just make one large payment because they don't allow you to pay it online. So that is it for my bills. So now what we need to do is add up how much we're budgeting, which is $5 plus $14 plus $35 plus $25. That's $79. So we are budgeting $79. We need to subtract that from the $988 that we have, which means we have $909 remaining. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to work on our cash envelopes. So my cash envelopes consist of groceries. Why is this stuck to my desk? Groceries, and I'm going to budget $225 again. That seemed to really work out. We're starting to build up. Since we had been doing so much takeout for the last couple of months, a lot of the stuff that you don't buy every single week was starting to dwindle. So now we're having to rebuild up those things. We ran out of spices. We ran out of, the kinds of things that like every time you open someone's pantry, they have that you don't buy every week. We just had to spend like $30 replacing spices that we were completely out of or had expired. So we are needing more in groceries currently than we would normally. So we're going to do $225 into groceries. That worked out really well. We did not go over so far. Gas, I'm going to go ahead and put, we did have to get a rental car. Haha, that's a fun story. So my car is back into Ford for the third time. We are using a rental car, which gets really good gas mileage. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe do 75 in gas. And the reason being the rental car is due back on Friday. So I'm going to need to put it back to where it was when we got it. And then I'll need gas, obviously, for my own vehicle. So we'll do 75 in there, which we actually still have $10 in gas. And we should be good for the week, I'm assuming. No takeout / water challenge is getting $70 for the no takeout. That's $10 per day. The water challenge, I'm going to do 20. We haven't been using all 20 because I just haven't been drinking as much water as I should be. But whatever's been left over, I've just been putting it on my credit card. So it's not a waste. It's still doing good. And then the no beer challenge. My husband technically has 3 days of streaming this week. However, one of those days he's doing overtime. But I think I'm still going to do the 15 because it's a day he would have had to buy beer, and not had to, obviously, but it's a day he would have bought beer, but he's not. So we're still going to give him that one. So now what we do is we add up this 225 plus 75 plus 70 plus 20 plus 15, and that gives us 405. Really? Holy moly. Okay. 405. We're going to subtract that from the 909 we had left over. So we have 504 left to work with. So now we're going to come down here to challenges. Let me get rid of this binder. We are completely done with it. And I will get my challenge binder. I don't plan for all of my challenges. Let me bring this back up at 504. But there are some that I have to put money aside for, so I have to make sure that I have what I need. So, for example, the 52-week challenge. That is in the mini binder, and we budget $53 for that. So minus 53, that leaves us with 451. Then I need to put into Bill Killer, that's what we're calling the old Uno. That is in the bill savings binder. I do 25 there. So minus 25 is 426. Then we have the Christmas. We put $25 up every single week so that every 4 weeks it can be cash stuffed into the Christmas binder. And that's $25. So that leaves us with 401. And then I have to plan for my kids' savings challenge so that I make sure I have enough $2 bills for them. So, actually, let's go ahead and plan for this one as well. This is my monthly one. So that is the CD ladder, because that's where that goes. And that is in challenges. And that's $24. So that leaves us with $377. And then my kids challenge, I just need to make sure I pull aside enough $2 bills. So how much do we want to do? This is a bigger paycheck. So let's go ahead and do this $11 one and this $5 one. So we'll do 16 because it has to be an even number, otherwise it's not going to work. So we'll do 16. And that's the kids challenge. That's in challenges. That is $16. That leaves us $361. That way I know to take out, or to have 8 $2 bills. Road trip is another one I do like to budget for. That is in games. This is a bigger week, so let's go ahead and do Alaska. AK. I didn't mark off that we did California already. So Alaska is 37. Alaska's not the highest. I really assumed Alaska would be the highest, but it actually looks like Nevada is more. So we'll do Nevada. And that looks like it's going to be about $39. I will update that. So minus 39. That leaves us with 322. Maybe we'll even do 2 week or two on this one. And I think that's all of the challenges I'm going to plan for. All the rest will just be left up to chance. There's searches, their card pulls, their games, they're things that you can't really budget for or plan for. So now I know that for all of my other challenges and games, I have $322. Sorry, this is sticking to my desk and I just don't know why. I have $322 to last me for all of my other games and challenges for the week. But I think I'm actually going to pull $100 out of that and put it towards the credit card to make an additional $100 payment. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I actually need to do the sinking fund wheel. That's in games. I always want to make sure I have enough to do that. That's $10. So that's $312. And now all of the rest, such as the word search, the Disney cards, Shut the Box, Yahtzee, all of those will just be left up to chance. So that is how I budget our paycheck. If you do anything differently, let me know. Let me know how you guys, if there's something in here that you like, if there's something in here that maybe you've incorporated into your own budgeting, let me know. And then so the way I have my planner set up is I have paycheck, cash envelopes, and then a transaction log for that week. Paycheck, cash envelopes, and a transaction log for that week. And then back after all 4 weeks of paycheck and transaction logs, then I have each of these for collab pays. And then at the end of the month, I have this sinking fund update and savings updates. So we will do those every single month. And I will work on making sure my camera does not focus on my hands so that YouTube can actually read these categories. Because I don't know, I I don't know what I have set up wrong that it's doing product focus when I do not want it to. And then back here, I'm just keeping a list of like what my income has been for YouTube every month because I just want to know that. I'm a numbers person. I have started on my February. Oh, yes. So when I got my most recent purchase from Casey, she actually sent me these cute little payday stickers. I thought those were so cute. So she sent those free. And then I'm using the check boxes now on the monthly spread as well, which I didn't do in January because I didn't have them. Now that I do, I'm going to be incorporating them so I don't have to do these check marks off on the side. So yeah, we're just kind of adjusting, making changes as we go based off what I think will work out best. And that is it. That is a run through of my binder, a run through of what has changed, my planner, and budgeting paycheck number 3 for January. Also, just a heads up, I did add some new challenges onto Etsy. There is a $2,500 Groovy RV Van Life scratch off. There's a $2,500 regular RV scratch off. Those were requested. There is a new photo in the photo travel series for road trip. It is beautiful. I took that on my way to Arizona. Well, I was actually on my way to Utah, but we had to pass through Arizona. So that was taken in Arizona. I absolutely am obsessed with the picture, but it's perfect for a road trip. I'm also going to have a second version of that one. I just need to get it up there. There is the Groovy Shut the Box is available up on Etsy now. J is for Japan has been taken down. The concert music scratch off has been taken down. The piano scratch off has been taken down. Trying to think, are there any other changes? There's going to, hopefully by the time you guys see this, there will be another new birthday scratch off. It will be a little girl birthday. I made it specifically for doing Lennox's, but it doesn't have her name anywhere on it or her picture or anything. It's a like mermaid under the water birthday scratch off theme. It's super cute. So that should be up as well. And yeah, I believe that is it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.